Hello everyone, this is Tammy Scott, Nursing Home Administrator. This is BLAHC, BLAHC. Thank you guys for watching today. Today is episode 4, where we will be discussing a couple topics. Please take your time and go follow us on all platforms. BLAHC. You can watch this full episode on YouTube at BLAHC, BLAHC. So the first topic I would like to get into is stigma around nursing homes. There are a lot of stigma around nursing homes. But before I get into the stigmas around nursing homes, I would like to define stigma. Stigma is basically a mark of disgrace associated with a particular circumstances, quality, or person. Is a mark of disgrace. So it's not good. So I would like to talk about the stigmas around nursing homes. The reason why there is a stigma around nursing homes is because of certain incidents that happen around the world that people know about that causes a lot of stigma. First thing first is people say there's a stigma around nursing home because it makes people think that a person doesn't have anyone to care for them. Not only do they not have anyone to care for them, it's also an issue of uprooting someone from their home. So uprooting is another stigma around nursing homes. Another one, of course, is abuse, neglect, and depression. All of these things are very, very big when it comes to stigma around nursing homes. The first thing is, like I stated, is people think you don't have family to care for you. And I want to talk about that. It's not the fact that people don't have individuals to care for them. It's the fact that some family members do not have the proper training to be able to care for certain loved ones. If your loved one have dementia, Alzheimer's, quadriplegic, a lot of these individuals do not have the proper care or training to be able to care for their loved ones. So, like I stated, I got in this industry because my brother was placed in a nursing home when I was in middle school. And he got in a car accident when he was quadriplegic. My mom was disabled, so she didn't have the proper training to be able to care for my brother. He had a trach at the time. Of course, he had extended legs, wheelchair, and plus his weight. My mom also had 3 young children that was under him. Being able to clean, be able to roll him side to side, just be able to use a lift. A lot of these things, like I said, is very, very hard. Plus, if you don't get the proper training, someone telling you how to use this one day or a couple of hours while you're already stressed out, that's very, very hard for a person to be able to get trained. And it's a lot. Wound care, all this stuff. So that is a huge, huge, huge stigma that's around nursing homes. That basically individuals don't have family to care for them. And I would like to address that. It's not that they don't have family to care for them. Some of them, that can be the instance. But most of it is not the reason for that. It's just a lot of individuals don't have the training to be able to care for their loved ones. They probably don't have the space in their homes to care for their loved ones. A lot of individuals probably live in an apartment complex. Things happen, plus car accidents. So if you live in an apartment complex, you're on the 2nd floor, how would you be able to bring someone in a wheelchair up there? So it's very, very hard. So, like I said, it can be very, very difficult because of that. Like I said, another one is uprooting a loved one. That's another stigma. That's the reason why a lot of individuals don't go to nursing homes, is because they don't want to uproot their loved one. Probably your parents probably was in their home all their lives, or they've been there for 30 years or 40 years. and they always told their children that's where they want to pass at, that's where they want to stay. And plus, with new services going on, you got care homes, individuals like home health, where individuals can come to individuals' homes to help them out. So it is a big stigma around uprooting a loved one from their home into a nursing home, because they probably tell their loved one anything to get them into the nursing home. And when they get into the nursing home, then we have to be the ones, the administrator, who have to be honest with the resident or the close families to let them know the issues that's going on at hand. And sometimes some family members are not agreeing with others. So it also can make a huge difference of why certain individuals would pick a nursing home and not pick a nursing home. So that is a big one. Uprooting someone. You telling them to the showers, when they have a shower, they own little space, to do whatever they want to do, to watch whatever television that they want to watch, who can come and see them at any time. You talking about their mail coming to the house, them eating whatever they want to eat. You know, it's very difficult. It can be very difficult. So I want that to be something that everybody look at. Another issue that we have with stigma is abuse, neglect, and depression. Abuse, neglect, and depression can also be a huge thing. Of course, a lot of individuals have seen nursing homes on the news where that abuse is an issue. They see it, and a lot of people are stating, you know, a lot of people love their loved ones. You're talking about their parents. You're talking about brothers and sisters, uncles. A lot of people are very serious when it comes to their family members, and a lot of people don't want to take that chance. So it can be a stigma around the fact of abuse. And there's all types of abuse. It's just not physical abuse. It's emotional, mental, social, financial, sexual, misappropriation of funds, everything spiritual, everything around abuse, that it can be an issue. Neglect is also a huge one. No one wants their loved one to go into a nursing home not knowing what's going on. Plus, when there's privacy, and also when individuals have to share a room with someone, you know, it's hard going to your own home, doing whatever you want to do, to a nursing home where you have to now share a room. Then, you know, neglect is now an issue. Plus, if your loved one can speak, can talk, can hardly move. So neglection is also a huge stigma when it comes to just around nursing homes. The reason why certain individuals will not bring their loved ones to the nursing homes. And another issue is depression. Depression is definitely a big one. Uprooting someone to a nursing home can cause greatly depression. It stops them from eating, socializing. It just stops them. Their weight will drop. Plus, if their loved ones hardly don't come to see them as often, so that can definitely be a issue. Okay, so like I said, depression is a huge one for stigma, and I want to talk about how do you get over the stigma. The way you get over the stigma is basically you can be able to educate yourself about this nursing home. You can go look at the reviews, look at the recent reviews, because I will be honest, there is a high turnover rate when it comes to nursing homes. So please go look at the recent reviews. Go to Google, go to Facebook, go and look at the pictures that they have online of certain residents that's there. Take your time to go and actually look at the facility, walk around at the facility. Sometimes it's hard, plus when something so recent happened and someone needs probably rehab, or they probably going to be in long term, and they're in the hospital. So you got to hurry up and make a decision. But at the same time, take your time going to go look at these nursing homes. Go meet the administrators. Go meet the DON, who is the director of nursing. These are the individuals, if you have issues with anything, they will be able to help you with any issues that you have. Also get to know the business office manager. That is a big one. Okay? So not only do you need to get along with the business office manager, because this is the person who handles all the paperwork, financials, and everything. Also the missions coordinator, because this is the person that you will always speak to that's bringing in your loved one. Social worker is a good person to also know, because if your loved one has some type of mental illness or depression, the social worker will be the one that will speak and talk to your loved one all the time. I know a lot of buildings, facilities, not all of them do it, but some of them do it. When there's a new admit, they try to put a signature on a door. And what is this paper on the door is that your loved one basically have met all the department heads. And they're signed off on this form that will be on the door. And this right here would give the resident and also loved ones, a fresher breath air to understand, like, okay, all the department heads came and greeted themselves. So the residents would know all the department heads. What do they do? What are they responsible for? If they have any type of issues, how would they be able to, speak to this loved one? If they have any type of grievances, how do they go by putting out grievances? Have them to understand resident rights, that they do have rights when they come into nursing homes. And all the things when they come with their belongings, everything that's there. Have them to understand that is their home, and the individuals that's there are there to assist them and help them with any needs that is needed. So, like I said, these are some stigmas around nursing homes. But are we getting better around these stigmas? Yes. But I would say a huge big one is it's always uprooting a loved one. I think that one will always be there. And also people mindset when it comes to abuse, neglect, and depression. Plus when we are in the tridemic. First it was in a pandemic, now we're in a tridemic. So people, I think a lot of complaints came around when COVID. So people was very, very alert, not being able to come to see their loved ones as much when it first started. So I think that, it spiked a lot of family members' nerves around that time. So yes, it's a lot. And plus a lot of individuals are reading things online with the social media platforms increasing, cameras increasing with the phones. So, a lot of stigma around nursing homes, it's still there, and we are still at the height of it, but we will definitely get better at it. We will definitely get better at it. That is the first topic that we discussed today, and we will come back. Hello everyone. This is episode 4, and now we are going into the second topic. The second topic I would like to discuss about the nursing home complaints. Of course, being a nursing home administrator, we are the individuals that take in all the complaints. So any type of complaint, we are the abuse coordinators. So the nursing home administrator would know of all complaints. Even though the social worker do grievances within the nursing homes, it still comes back to the administrator because they have to sign off on it. So the administrator knows of all complaints. If there's a complaint that just happened, of course, if it's the weekend, please give the administrator enough time to get all the information together for the complaint. Because complaint investigations, you know, it doesn't take a long time, but each state is different based on the investigation when it comes to a certain complaint. So, like I said, we will now discuss the nursing home complaints. Most of the nursing home complaints come from basically a slow response time. Slow response time can go with quality of care. So that right there is one. The other one is poor quality of food. Poor quality of food. Third one, social isolation. Social isolation. That's a big one. The fourth one is safety. So, slow response time. 2, poor quality of food. 3, social isolation. 4, safety. When I always go into a building, because there were times where I was traveling, I was very, very big on a lot of things. Quality of care, of course, but I always did safety. Safety is number one on my list. Patient safety, resident safety, staff safety, everyone's safety. You want to make sure safety is a big thing, because if you don't put safety as number one, they can cause neglection, abuse, depression, anything. So you want to have safety as number one. Safety always rule as number one. Quality of care. That's the reason why it's called a nursing home, nursing care home, or anything of that list, because it's care. Individuals that's there, they know that they're getting a certain type of care, even if it's short term versus long term. Long term, it's still care. So quality of care is definitely a big one. Quality of care. The third one, as administrator, I always focus on is the food. I make sure, as a nursing home administrator, I go and make sure the meal times is adequate. I make sure that the food is hot. I make sure that the food is good. I try the food. As administrator, you want to try the food. If you go into a nursing home and you see a lot of people cooking out, or they want to go out, which they can, that's their right. But if a lot of individuals go into a nursing home and they say, we're going out, we're not going to eat here, that's a red flag. So as administrator, when I go into buildings and I see this, I have to tell myself, okay, we have to turn this around, because quality of food is very, very big in a nursing home. You would get a lot of complaints when it comes to food, because depending on the nursing home, where it's located, a lot of these individuals are so used to eating a certain type of way. African Americans eat different than Caucasians, individuals of different races. Even if it's Asians or Indians, it's typically very, very different. All the way to vegan, vegetarians, anything with gluten-free foods. So you have to understand the background of individuals, where you are, what type of food do they like. Not only do I look at food, I make sure I look at the menu, make sure that the menu matches the individuals that at the nursing home, the residents. So I do the resident council meeting. When I do the resident council meeting, oh my God, the residents will tell you if the food is good, if the food is not. When you go to the resident council meeting, they will have an ambassador. they will raise their hand. When you talk to about the menu, be prepared to be there for over an hour, because you as administrator have to take these complaints. It's very crucial. So go ahead and pull out the menu, see what they like, what they don't like, and see what you can replace and not replace. So have them to understand when you come together, this is a group effort. Because a lot of people like to say, oh, I want this, I want that, like a restaurant, and so it's our job as administrators to say, can we come together as a team and come up with something that's great to eat for everyone. Everything is not going to be perfect that you want to eat, but we're going to make sure that it's up to par. If you don't want to have a certain type of vegetable, we will substitute it. Make sure they have the substitution list for them to be able to have something to eat. So, like I said, the quality of food is very, very big. I make sure that, I even go to the residents who eat in their rooms. I go speak to them, talk to them, ask them how the food is, because you never want a surveyor to come in and they tell the surveyor the food is nasty, it's burned. Like I said, you have residents who have phones, they have cameras. They would take picture of these foods. It would get to me as administrator. There have been times where I have seen pictures of chicken that wasn't cooked right, or bread that was burnt, food that looked cold, food that wasn't adequate based on the meal size. So I do know. So as a nursing home administrator, it's your job to make sure you go to these meal times, and when they pass out trays, making sure their meal tickets match their tray. That is a huge one. So when the surveyors come in, they will see that you're looking at it, because they will definitely look at it. So if they have double portions, you have to make sure their tray say double portions. But you also have to make sure that the dietary aides and also the CNAs are being trained this, so they'll be able to look at it. They just don't look at the meal ticket and say, okay, that's that person's name, let me go pass it out. They have to make sure that the plate matches the meal ticket. So that is a big, huge one. Social isolation, like I said, that is the fourth one, which is big. As a nursing home administrator, I made sure that I look at the activity calendar. I don't like a boring activity calendar. If it's a boring activity calendar, I don't want to have anything to do with it. Even if it's black and white, at least have some type of fonts, some type of graphics on it. I don't like a plain calendar, a wrote in calendar. Is so boring. That is so boring. Like, I am top of the line when it comes to marketing. Like, I need some color. Like, you can make this calendar have some color. It needs to have calendar. Different calendars per month. I need the calendar to be up the day before the first of the month. I'm very, very big when it comes to that. Or it have to be up before really 8 o'clock in the morning on the first. But it definitely needs to be up. Each room should have their own personal calendar, so they'll be able to have it. There's been times when I've been in a nursing home where I walk in and they still have an old calendar for 2 months ago. I don't like that. So who's auditing this? I don't like it. So I make sure that that's something I look at, and plus that's part of, a policy that you have to have. There's that's big. There's just very, 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 very big. Social isolation comes around that. Plus, if your activities director only having certain type of activities for certain individuals, you have to make sure on the calendar that they are going to have room visits for individuals who's always in their rooms, because you have to have activities for them too, because you don't want you don't want to be isolated. You want to be able to talk to them See what they like to do. I know a lot of individuals like to do movie and popcorn. That is not a major activity for me. Watching a movie and just sitting there watching a movie, that's boring. Like, you got to do something more. Like, it got to be extravagant. Like, if you're gonna do movie, put some popcorn with it. Start interact. Say, everybody, what kind of movie would you like to watch? If they want to watch something boxing or anything, have something to go with it, like a happy hour or some type of ice cream. We're doing an ice cream in a movie. Something that's big and extravagant, for them to go watch a movie and they enjoying it. Even if the tridemic and pandemic, I still did it, but I made sure everyone's 10 feet apart and they had their mask on unless they was eating some popcorn or having happy hour around this time. So I'm very, very big on being very, very different when it comes to a movie. Even if it's a movie, I tell everybody, bring your favorite cover, bring your favorite pillow, whatever. You're going to sit back and watch a movie. Just like you and I would want to watch a movie. You would want to watch a movie on the couch with your pillow, with your cover. You want to be able to talk. You want to make sure you have your favorite foods, your favorite candy, happy hour. You want to make sure that the movie that you have is a nice action movie. Don't get a movie where majority of them are going to fall asleep. Give a nice little action movie. And you can sit in on it. It doesn't matter. There have been plenty of times where I take my laptop because it's remotely, and if I have to do some paperwork or anything on PCC, I could take it in there and I can go interact with them, watch the movie, and I'm still doing financials, I'm doing paperwork, I'm doing reports, whatever I need to do to sit in there, and a lot of people will see that I'm there, So it's interaction, This is something that's very, very big, and it's okay for you to get the CNAs involved. CNAs love to be involved. CNAs just don't want to do care. Some of them, they want to do stuff. They want to put up Christmas trees. They want to put up decorations. They want to go do bingo. They love to do stuff like that. They love happy hours involving them. They want their job to be fun. Very, very fun. And I love to be in a fun working environment. So that is very, 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 very big. Very big. So, like I said, that is a huge one when it comes to the nursing home complaints. How do we fix the slow response time? Every nursing home already have a call light system. Yes, they do have a call light system. They have to answer the call light under 2 minutes. If another CNA is helping another CNA in the room, then the nurses on the floor will roll over to answer the call lights. I don't like, as administrators, you have department heads that walk past a call light. I don't like that. Everyone should be able to answer a call light. Because number one, it's already irritating to me that it goes off. Anybody would tell you, as administrator, it irks my nerves. They say all the time. I'm like, I don't want to hear that. Like, just imagine that you have to hear this all the time. Like, no one wants to hear none of this. You don't want to hear it. Like, so even if it's a call light, like the beep, 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 I'm like, someone go answer it. That's the reason why I end up going answering. I have to answer it. I don't care. Please go answer it. I'm going to go answer it. I just want the noise to stop. That's just me. I don't understand how individuals can work and not answer it. Like, it's not irritating. Like, that is so irritating to me. Like, I have to go answer it. So, that is a big thing. Even if, sometimes they'll get on the light saying, oh, my CNA said that she was going to give me a shower around this time, and their CNA probably with another resident at the time or helping another CNA out. You could basically say, for them, and say, oh, the CNA is running a little behind. She's in another room that's next to you or on the same hall. When she finishes, she definitely will get back with you to get you a shower. But if you see the CNA having trouble, pull another CNA, pull a nurse to come and see. There have been times when I gave a shower. I don't care, because at the end of the day, they want a shower just like I do. I want them to have a shower. Plus, you don't want their loved one to come and they tell the loved one, I haven't had a shower today, or I've been wanting a shower, I've been waiting on a shower, and the shower haven't came. You don't want to hear that. So they don't want to hear it. So please, I know it's be times where it could be tough and hard and everything of some sort. But even if you go recognize the call light, because you never know what it is. It could be a huge emergency. That emergency, like I said, safety can mean anything. Resident can be on the floor, anything. This person is just taking their little po time. Please don't take your little po time. Go ahead and answer it. And if it's not an emergency, just say, okay, what's the issue? Okay, when I get finished with this, give me 10 or 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Then I'm going to come back with you. Residents understand that. They okay with that. It's good for a CNA to go on the hall. She already know all the showers that she has. She could go to each one of them. She already know around time, probably what time these individuals probably want a shower. If she been there for a while, but if she knew, she'd probably go ask them, like, get her day started. And she's like, okay, let's get your shower before this time or between this time. Is this okay? Or is that okay? How about this? Would this work? Would that work? And if like, okay, that will work. Then she'll put it on her time, like, okay, I can get this shower around this time. I can get this shower around this time. This will give the resident enough time to understand, okay, whatever they have going on, they want to do, okay, this person is coming to give me a shower. So it's basically agreement with the CNA and the resident what time they would like to have their shower, and everyone is happy. So that right there is one of the things that I wanted to talk about when it came to the nursing home complaints. The third issue that we have, third topic, is diversity and inclusion. Diversity and inclusion is very, very big when it comes to the nursing homes, because as a nursing home administrator, I was one of the youngest African Americans administrators, plus in Tennessee. I've been doing this for so many years. So diversity and inclusion is very, very big. You're starting to see a lot of African American Black organizations coming around due to the fact of the diversity and inclusion that still is needed. A lot of companies include this into their mission, visions, but sometimes it's a lot of things that the ball get dropped. The company itself probably tackle probably diversity and inclusion, but it still falls down on a specific facility, and it comes through with the nursing home administrator and the DON and the RDO who's allowing the administrator to be administrator of their building, to have this diversity in this building. So you want to make sure you have this diversity in this building. Sometimes it can be very difficult because some of these nursing homes are in certain areas. So if there's in certain areas, of course you're going to have a certain specific race larger than another race based on what area you're in, which is understandable. But still, it's the diversity. Yes, we understand that in a nursing home, that some residents probably are up to age and they live a certain type of lifestyle. And some of them have to get used to being in a facility of other races, other genders. So this come about when the care team educate the resident, educate the staff as well. We're working with other individuals of this nature. It can be very, very difficult. As a nursing home administrator, there was a time where I was working for a certain company. I was working for a certain facility, and I won't say the facility name, but it was in a Pacific area. It was a very, very rural area. And every time I had to go to work, there was a house who had a Confederate flag that was up. But the next house had a American flag, a United States flag. And it was real huge, like humongous. Both of the flags. So my thing is, it was right next to the nursing home. Like, you cannot pass it. I mean, you can't forget it. You can't go around it. You're gonna pass it every time you go to work. Every single day. All the time. You leave work, you're gonna see it. You come to work, you're gonna see it. And that's hard as an African American, being able, you have to pass a Confederate flag every single day. But I knew as administrator that, yes, there's a Confederate flag over there, but there's a United States flag at the next house that's right next to it. And I understand as administrator, it's my job to bring diversity and inclusion into the facility. It's my job to make sure that all the staff feel included. I do activities for them to know that they are included. I don't single anyone out. There will be some times where, as administrator, you feel like, okay, there's a neglection over here with a certain race. Let me go and see what's going on and fix those issues. Then while you fixing those issues over there, some of the other race probably feel like you're spending more time over there than them. So that can be very, very difficult for a nursing home administrator, plus with the staff as well. You're not doing it on purpose. You just know that it's a diversity issue and it's an inclusion issue. So let's go fix it. So you have to be careful with certain things of that nature. There's a lot of things that, you just can't shy away from. And there have been nursing homes that I have worked with that have this, where even if, you have a lot of individuals, like there was a building that I work at, a different building that I worked at, I was interim, and a lot of individuals look like me. Yeah, they look like me, but everyone in the corporate office doesn't look like me. So I have to basically educate the corporate office on the issues that was happening in the facility and trying to fix these issues the best way that I knew how to fix them, because these are individuals who look like me. I know what they're looking for. I know what the issues are, and I need to fix them. Sometimes you will have the issue as administrator fixing those issues on a facility level, but on a corporate level they don't agree with it, and you are stuck in the middle. How do you fix that issue? Because your job can be on the line and you don't want to step on anyone's toes, but at the same time you want to let the corporate office know, like, look, we having this big huge issue right here, and I would like to address this issue, and I would like to address it this way, but this is the issue that they are having and they're bringing it to me, and I would like for us to come together to be able to, fix what's going on at the facility on a facility level. And some of these buildings that I have been to, because, as interim, I wasn't scared to go to a lot of troubling buildings. So a lot of these buildings are very troubling buildings that a lot of stuff had happened. They go through administrator after another administrator after another administrator after another administrator. And sometimes the nursing staff have been there longer, or certain individuals have been there longer, but they feel like, this is my building. The administrator is going to leave, so I'm going to be the one who's here. And sometimes it can be tiring to them that they want administrators to be there at their facility and put structure in their facility. And when you come with structure for their facility, a lot of individuals probably don't like structure. And you probably get a lot of backlash from it. So as administrator, I had to learn how to be able to bring the department heads together and have a conversation on how do we fix certain issues, what are these issues, and how to fix them. And I learned that through QAPI. So there'll be something that we'll talk about on another episode, but I do want to talk about the diversity and inclusion. It's very, very important for a lot of these corporate offices to include African Americans on a corporate level, on a regional level, because a lot of them don't feel included. And when they don't feel included, they don't give their all. Or sometimes they do give their all and they don't feel respected, because they give their all and they do all, but then they feel like they doing a lot, but no one's recognizing that they are doing a lot. And sometimes they don't need recognition, someone to come to them, oh, okay, money is good. I'm not going to say money is not good, but at the same time, you want your corporate office to acknowledge all the good stuff you do. Like, they don't probably see that you organizing your whole office, organizing a lot of paperwork. They probably don't care for all of that. They looking at the complaints, this, that, and third, and you like, look, I got the complaints, I'm taking care of it, I have it like this, that, and third. And you documenting. It could be very, very hard. Very, very, very hard. So it's very, very big that a lot of these companies include African Americans as their nursing home administrators, and RDOs and RVPs, and also COOs. If you look at Memphis, who is in Shelby County, African Americans are a large race, plus in these nursing homes, but the nursing home administrators do not equate to their ratio. And plus then you talk about the RDOs and RVPs, they don't. So the residents that's there, the residents, then you have the CNAs, the nurses who look like these residents, and they need their CNAs, they need their nurses, and sometimes department heads feel like they don't have the support. So when you're a nursing home administrator, it's like you're in the middle. You have to be an advocate for your staff, the residents, their families, but then you have to listen to your RDO, RVP. They tell you that this building is your building, so you're looking at them like they're a consultant. But then they say, no, not a consultant. I'm the person that's over you. I'm the operation person. I'm the RVP. So then you have to ask yourself, like, so is this really my building? Is this my license on the wall? So that can be a very, very difficult thing. So now then it's rolled to the fourth topic, where we talk about job pressure as an administrator. Being a nursing home administrator is 24/7. It's a huge responsibility. When you have children or you have a spouse and someone calling you 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning about an issue or about staffing, it's a lot. It's a lot. Plus, if you're trying to get some sleep and someone just broke your sleep up with so many text messages or the scheduler, we couldn't get this person in, we couldn't bring this person in, we couldn't get this person in, it's like, it could be a headache, because it's your job duty to make sure it's not a staff shortage. It would be against policy to have less than a certain amount of individuals to care for certain individuals. So that's the thing on this end, is job pressure. A lot of individuals put too much pressure on the administrators in the nursing home, in clinical staff too, but on administrators, we're talking about administrators. So it's a lot of pressure. Some of these administrators come into these nursing homes and don't get full proper training. They get thrown out to the wolves. There have been times where when I came up, I got thrown out to the wolves so many times that now I go into the facility, I know exactly what I need to do, because I've been thrown out to the wolves. I had to learn on my own. So a lot of these administrators have to learn on their own. So when a lot of these things that happen, they were like, why you didn't know this, or why you didn't do this, or why you didn't do that? Because a lot of these nursing home administrators are thrown out to the wolves. They have to learn on their own. They don't have a major person to teach them or help them with anything. So it's become very, 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 very crucial during that time. So job pressure is a lot on a nursing home administrator. Like I said, it's 24/7. We have to understand each department, know how to run the department. Even if your department head is gone, you have to be the person that pick it up. The administrator have to be able to pick it up when DON is out, even though they have A done. You still got to make sure the clinical meetings getting taken care of, all the paperwork getting taken care of. Missions coordinator, guess what? Who's going to do admissions? Nursing home administrator, social worker there. Who's going to get the complaints? Nursing home administrator, maintenance person is out. Oh, who they going to go to? This is out, this is out, this is out. Nursing home administrator, dietary manager, something with that. Nursing home administrator. It's always a fallback on the nursing home administrator. And it can be very, very stressful. And I want to talk about the pressure. The pressure is too much. And I would like the RDOs and the RVPs and the COs and the CEOs to understand these administrators that's in these facilities, they need support. They don't need you to come in that building and run the building. They just need support. If they need training on a certain thing, train them. If it's not being done properly or in a timely manner, then you have to say, okay, as RDO, RVP, this person haven't got trained. Let's make sure they get training. Okay, if a complaint needs to be done, investigation needs to be done, making sure that, okay, this is the state. Do you know how to file a complaint, or do you know how to document when you have a complaint? Well, show me how you do it. Then they'll show you how they do it. But at the same time, don't look at it like, oh, okay, they do it. Oh, this is wrong. This is wrong. This is bad. This is this is totally wrong. Then next thing you know, they end up getting IJ. Then you want to fire them. But who fault really is it if they didn't get the proper training? Each company is different. Each state is different. Certain individuals want certain things done a certain type of way. So that's the reason why I'm so good when it comes to certain things, because I have to learn on my own, and I had to learn fast, and I'm good at it. So, you know, I'm not saying that certain administrators probably like to micromanage. I don't like to be micromanaged. That comes with a lot of pressure. This is a lot of pressure. So, I just want everybody to understand this right here is for the nurse home administrators, for people to understand that it's a lot of pressure when it comes to being a nursing home administrator. And as you see the things that we talk about these are the things that can bring pressure to a nursing home administrator. So thank you guys for watching. Next episode, we will be talking about other things. So like I said, we will get way more deep in conversation. But I want to take everybody nice, a little slow with it, then gradually get to there. But I did want to talk about these things that I talked about. But make sure that you follow us on all platforms, IG, Twitter. Make sure you go on YouTube and type in BLAHC, BLAHC, which stands for Black Leaders and Administrators in Healthcare. Please like, comment, share. You can also follow me on LinkedIn as Tammy Scott, LNHA, which is a licensed nursing home administrator, MHSA, which is my degree. So make sure, like I said, to follow me on LinkedIn, follow BLAHC on all platforms. And thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Please leave a comment, inbox me about anything, whatever topics you guys want me to talk about. I'm open to do that. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and see you guys next week. All right, bye.